Hey everyone, it's Sarah Benken Foushee, your host for the High Achieving Female Podcast powered by No. And I am so excited for this episode. I have been thinking about this for so many months and how it was going to come to fruition. It's the final episode of 2022. It is the final episode for season 2 of this podcast, and it is going to be a good one. Today, I am sharing 5 things I have learned in the past 5 years of running a community centered around ambitious, high achieving business women. Get ready. It's going to be an amazing ride. Welcome to the High Achieving Female Podcast powered by No, where we believe high achieving female leaders deserve to be known. Here, you're going to get the tips, tools, and inspiration you need to network, grow, scale, and balance your business, career, and life. Number 3 of the top 5 things that I have learned over the last 5 years and running a community, leading the charge for No, an ambitious organization filled with ambitious businesswomen. Number 3 is what I like to call clipping the vine. Some of you call it pruning. Some of you say letting go of things that no longer serve you, whatever you call it. Clipping the vine, as I say, has been a concept that I was introduced to by Priscilla Shirer, a minister, probably 10 years ago. The concept of clipping the vine is so incredible that it can really change your life, your career, your trajectory. And it's something that I have begun to incorporate, not just annually, really quarterly, all of the time. And the way clipping the vine works is that when you take a look at all of the things that you are doing in all of the areas and aspects of your life, and you align them with maybe what your purpose, your passion, your goals are, you begin to assess all of these things that you have been doing, and you begin to look at them and say, what is working for me and what is not? What can I let go of to redirect my energy and add or multiply to something else that is working? So clipping the vine for me works in so many different ways, but ultimately it's about letting go of things that don't work or aren't working. I get this question a lot, not necessarily when I'm talking about clipping the vine, but just in business alone. How do you know when to let go of something that you've been trying so hard for and it just isn't working? How do you know when to give up? How do you know when to let go? And I always tell people that that is really a personal decision. You have to look at your life. You have to look at your goals. You have to look at what people are relying on you for, because as women, people rely on us so much, especially if you're a mom or a daughter or sister or whatever is happening in your life. You have to look at what's going on, and then you have to make an assessment. Do you continue or do you let it go? So there really is no actual way to know when it's time to let go of things. But creating opportunity in your life throughout the year to assess what is happening and to assess your goals and to make sure you're on the right track, and then to be okay with clipping the vine is such a necessary part of what I have learned to do and I have learned to implement. Not just for our organization and as our community, but or as a leader, but personally too, right? We started this year in 2022 around Q2, I think, doing quarterly meetings to plan for the next quarter ahead. I am such a business owner, geek out about business at heart. I love being a business owner more than I love being a leader, I think. So I am always on the pursuit to be smarter, right? Work harder, not work harder, work smarter, not harder, to streamline what we can, to plan ahead, to batch content, things like that, right? So many of you are also like that as well. So you get when I say this, that we started hosting these quarterly meetings with our entire team. Our HQ team would fly out to me in Phoenix here, and we would close the doors for 2.5 days, and we would plan out and do this now regularly. We just did this last week, plan out what we were going to do on the next quarter. It helps us stay on track. And part of what we do that quarter is we look at what we're doing, what's working, what's not working, and we clip the vine. And if you are Erin on our team, she is hilarious. We have a theme song called Cut It, and sometimes you have to cut it. And she starts singing that. And it's true. What if you approach life this way? What if you clipped the vine regularly or you pruned regularly? Think about the fruit that could grow in its place. So you let go of things that don't make sense, or you let go of things that aren't generating revenue. You let go of things that you're so exhausted doing, performing, right? And you just focused on your strengths. You focused on what made you happy. You focused on what made you money. You focused on, I don't know, whatever you wanted to. If you're like me, I try a lot of things because I am a creator and I like to create. So this year I have created a ecosystem for women, if you will. And within that ecosystem, we have books, we have magazines, we have hardcover books. We have totes and mugs and t-shirts and sweatshirts. We now have jewelry. We have a membership. We have a podcast. We have events. We have a lot of stuff happening.
This week's episode of the High Achieving Female Podcast is brought to you by the No Global Membership. It's time. Get in the room to network with women you want and need to know. Link to join the membership is in the show notes below. And don't forget, you can also claim your freebie today.
And so at these quarterly meetings, we analyze everything and we say, what's working, what's not working, what are we letting go of, where can we redirect some of our attention and focus to continue to build. And sometimes there's tears involved. And sometimes I'll look over at whomever it is that is getting ready to have their project cut. And I say, are you okay? How do you feel about this? And usually the response is, it's okay. It's for the greater good. I get it, right? Clipping the vine. That's what clipping the vine at No looks like for us, to make sure that we are staying true to our mission, to make sure that we're staying true to our passion, and to make sure that we are flowing in a way that we feel is right and appropriate. But clipping the vine for you could look very different. Are you, juggling so many things that you constantly feel like they're all going to drop at any given time? If yes, it's time to clip the vine. Are you surrounded by people? Yes, I'm saying this. I'm calling you out. Are you surrounded by people that do not champion you, that are not serving a purpose in your life? It might be time to clip the vine. Are you relentlessly pursuing something that just isn't working? And you can feel inside of your soul, your core being, your intuition is screaming at you to just stop, but you can't because you don't want to be a failure or you don't want to let it go. It might be time to clip the vine. I would actually call every single person who listens to this to implement this exercise regularly. How do you know when it's time to clip the vine? Well, do it all the time, but be serious about it. Give it the time that it deserves, right? Assess and analyze what is time to be clipped and let it go. Over the last 5 years, I have done a lot of clipping, my friend. So much. My world looks so different from when I started. So as I mentioned, the top thing that I've learned in the last 5 years is that not everyone is for me. Not everyone is for you. Well, that involved a lot of clipping. I had to learn and step into my unfair advantage. And I had to pull away from people that no longer served me in this time and season. And that is clipping the vine. I've had to let go of products that I thought, or services that I thought were so perfect and that everyone would love. Clip the vine. Clipping the vine is not always a bad thing. And it might feel, hard at the moment, but it's supposed to give you a breath of fresh air. Another thing that I clipped this year was I sold the concept of my very first company and exited that, selling it to a longtime friend and partner. And in reality, I exited that company. I profited. It was a beautiful thing, but I clipped the vine so that I could grow my no fruit even bigger. So what do you need to clip? If you do nothing this year and the last few days of this year of 2022, I want you to sit down and reflect on your life, your personal life, your career life, your friendships, your relationships. And I want you to promise me that you will not walk too far into 2023 with things that no longer serve you. Do me that solid. You don't have to tell me that you did it. You don't have to tell me what you clipped. You don't have to tell anybody. Just do it, because 2023 is lining up to be our most epic year yet. And I don't want you doing the same things, making the same mistakes, overreaching for the same things and people. I want you to go into 2023 ready to attack, ready to take the world on fire, knowing that no matter how hard it was or how good it felt, no matter what, that you are ready to take it on, free and clear, that you have pruned back all of your hedges and you're really focused on watering your plants that matter. So number 3, clipping the vine, one of the hardest things that I've had to learn over the last 5 years, but have really has made a difference in my life and the trajectory of our amazing community here at No.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of the High Achieving Female Podcast powered by No, where we believe it's time for high-achieving women like you to be seen, heard, and recognized. Until next time, remember, you deserve to be known.